Well, guess what, guys? The anti-ICE riots and protests, they backfired. They backfired big time because Dan Bongino made a post, guys, and this is huge. And guess what? The deportations are not going to stop. The ICE raids are not going to stop. The leftist billionaires actually funding all these anti-ICE protests, and there's going to be more no kings stuff too as well. You're wasting your time and money. The American people voted for what President Trump is doing. We voted for it, man, and we're loving it. Now, I do wish there was actually more deportations, but we understand, man, that these activist judges are trying to block everything, and the left is just completely crazy. They really are. They called Barack Obama the deporter in chief because he actually deported more illegal aliens than President Trump. But back then, these blue states, they were actually complying with Barack Obama. Now, all of a sudden, man, these people are completely Trump deranged. And they said, nah, no deportations. You got these Democrat politicians going to bat for dangerous criminal illegal aliens, guys. I've never seen anything like this. Now, when it comes to these anti-ICE riots, man, we know it wasn't peaceful. There were pop-up protests all over the country, and we saw what was going on in LA, where you had cars on fire, these crazy people flying flags of other countries, namely Mexico, for example. Yeah. And really, guys, I'm going to say it again. It was all about communism, not so much necessarily about the illegal aliens. These people are communists. And apparently the people funding all this, communists themselves. But let's go ahead and get into what Dan Bongino put out. Because, folks, there was a lot of people at these riots that found out. Let's get into it. So right over here, over 700 arrests made in recent anti-ICE riots nationwide. Yeah, Dan Bongino, of course, he used to be had his own show. Now he's the deputy director of the FBI, and over 700 people found out. Look here, it says over 700 people have been arrested in the recent anti-ICE riots, and protests have broken out across the United States, according to FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino. Bongino made the announcement in one of his update posts on the work the FBI has been engaged in. Dan Bongino posted that right here. We're going to read on some of it. Actually, it's a pretty lengthy post here too, guys. So I'm not going to read all of it, but I'm going to read the relevant parts because he dives into some other stuff that they're actually doing that doesn't actually apply to this particular video that I'm doing right now. But right here, he writes, update. As I wrap up my third month in the deputy position in your FBI, I want to update you on some of the actions the director and I have taken to reform the FBI. While keeping the heat on violent criminals, terrorists, and foreign threat actors, some of these action items you may have read about, some you may not have. Operation Restoring Justice apprehended 205 child sex predators and 764 purveyors, while rescuing 115 children. Operation Sataria Shield resulted in the apprehension of 244 child predators and 109 children were rescued. This is just the beginning. If you're preying on children, we are coming for you. Now, here's the part about the anti-ICE riots. We warned these violently acting out in the recent riots that we would not tolerate it, and we would not forget. Over 700 arrests have been made in coordination with our federal and state partners. Many of those arrests are members of organized groups. And we are pouring through data in pursuit of more bad actors. We are not done. we are in the process of identifying and moving in on those who threw rocks at law enforcement officers and damaged property. I told you we would not forget. I wasn't kidding. Stay tuned for more. Yeah, this is bad news here for these 700 bad actors, left-wing agitators out there. They found out. They found out big time. And it's nice to know, man, that the pedos are definitely finding out. Now, these 700 people that got arrested, man, they were trying to protect the 205 child sex predators. No doubt about it. They were actually trying to do that. They really were. Look here, it says here, over the last few weeks, as the Trump administration has ramped up deportation efforts in various locations around the U.S., strong backlash has taken place, particularly in deep blue cities in reaction to ICE raids. In Los Angeles earlier this month, several days of riots and looting plagued downtown L.A. Mayor Karen Bass was forced to issue an emergency curfew to curb the chaos that was taking place. The riots started on Friday, June 6th, and by Monday evening, June 9th, over 100 people have been arrested for looting and other charges. Yeah, looting. What does that actually have to do with protecting illegal aliens? These people were just bad actors. They were criminals and they saw stuff and they just broke in. Yeah. And check this out. Also including attempted murder. Other riots have taken place in Seattle where several people were arrested during an anti-ICE riot that took place last week. The unrest was part of the No Kings protests that were taking place across the nation. Similar riots have taken place in Portland. Antifa militants involved in the riots have also been charged by the DOJ. Yeah, this is good news. And something's telling me, guys, not just 700 people. Dan Bongino says, nah, we got more coming. I'm thinking this number is going to get over 1,000 for sure. Could be more. These leftists, man, are finding out, and they're going to find out the hard way. This will not be tolerated, man. This isn't the Biden administration anymore. It is a new day, and these people need to be held accountable. They really, really do, man. These people hate America so much, man. Go to Venezuela. Go to Cuba. Go to Guatemala. Hey, that's even a place for you in El Salvador, probably. Yeah. So this is some good news right here, man, that people are now finding out after effing around. And these charges, man, hopefully they all stick. Now, I don't know every single case about 700 people. That's a lot of people right there. More's coming. But some of these people, man, definitely were attacking law enforcement. They were definitely destroying stuff, looting, attempted murder. Yeah, these people need to go away and be locked up. And we need to find out who exactly is funding all this. There's speculation on who it is. And I think they need to be held accountable too. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.